You're live. Holy cow. First time I finally got this figured out. Wow. That was way more difficult than it had to be. Just working on getting everything all set up. So we can try to learn some things. Oh yeah, here we go. We're gonna run a cold train today. How about that? This will be fun. Everything all set up here so we can see. I'm definitely new to this, so I apologize that I'm a rookie. Uh, so let's see what we can do. This computer is a laptop, so I really need to get my phone set up. That's the next step. Not real technologically advanced. All right, let's get this thing rolling. Oops. Well, I'm switching line the wrong way. Of course you do. There we go. Now we're cooking. Let's see. Get this set right. Hey, there we go. Now we're cooking. Ta-da! One step at a time, right? One step at a time. Gonna make this happen. Let's see what we can do. Gotta work on my camera. Get things to be more still, calm, smooth. So that's my SD40-2. It's a Broadway Limited. Just running a cold train. This is my layout. That's the Magic Pan Bakeries. This whole section right here. This is the new section. This is the add-on part. That's the workshop, the engine workshop. Well, I wasn't supposed to go to the yard, but I guess we're going to now, huh? We'll throw some switches, and we'll get her back on the main line. Let's see. Throw this way. These are in the new section. This is all Pico. I've got 42 switches in this section. Love them. They are fantastic. I've not had any issues with these Pico switches. The frogs are not a problem. Everything runs really smooth. I'm very, very pleased with how it all turned out. Still have quite a bit more detail work I have to do, but it's coming along. Like an example, got the rooftop guys here who are supposed to be redoing the roof. I got to get them all glued down, get a little paint on there, make it look like they've been working. But very pleased with the progress. It's taken me about a year and a half, roughly, to get to this point. It's been quite a journey. Enjoyed it. Love it. When they say it's the world's greatest hobby, that's a fact. Because there's so much that you get to do between building all the wood structure, laying the track, putting the scenery down. This is a Broadway Limited. I've weathered it up, made it look like it's been running cold for a while. Welcome. I see there's three people on there. Thank you. 4. That's awesome. I appreciate it. This is my first live. So I'm a rookie. I'm learning, figuring things out. And I love trains, in case you couldn't tell. This is what I do for fun. I really, really enjoy the hobby. It's relaxing, and there's a lot of people that's into model railroading. You just have to find them. I belonged to a club for a long time. It was one of the places where I got to work on my craft, hone my skills. Very grateful and thankful for the time that I spent with the club. I also brought the overpriced Dream Plan Build video series that Model Railroader offered for a while. I actually learned a lot from those. A lot of techniques, a lot of tips, tricks, and they're DVDs. So I'm able to go back and look them over anytime I wanted. This layout is set up a couple of different ways. It's set up in two circles. This is the lower level. This is the expansion part. This is the newest section. Then I have the upper level over here. That's an original 4x8 sheet that I started with. It has Atlas switches on it. Not real thrilled with those. I contemplated taking those out and putting Picos in place of it. Just haven't done it yet. But thinking about it, for sure. That's almost a good view right there. Hang on, let me adjust this just a little bit here. You can kind of get a look. You'll see like the rock cliffs that we have over here. Basically, right here and here. I use those kind of to separate this new section from the old section, kind of give it a divide without having to put in a partition. I didn't really want that, but I used the scenery to kind of divide the sections up a little bit. I really like the look of the limestone cliffs around the Katy Trail. It goes from St. Louis to Kansas City. So I wanted to kind of mimic a similarity of those types of cliffs. So that's what I tried to do. I like the vegetation and the scenery. It really makes things look nice. I have this set up so, like I said, I can run in just a circle. I have this circle. I have the other circle on the other side from the original 4x8, so I can run a couple of circles. But most importantly about this is I have a lot of industries, and they are crammed in a pretty small space, to be honest. But it's really set up for operations. I've got it set up so that a lot of the businesses are tied together. For an example, in the old section right there, I have the grain mill, where all the farmers get to bring the grain in. It's loaded onto the hoppers, hook onto the Prairie Star milling. They'll ground all that down into flour. They'll put that on boxcars. And I have an actual yard on this particular layout, which is for a home layout for me. This is the first time I've ever had an actual real yard. Fully functional. Love it. It's been neat. I've practiced with it, played with it a little bit. That's been a lot of fun. So when everything's come from the industries, they can go to the yard. So like an example, you go from the grain mill over there to the Prairie Star, goes into flour, and then it'll come over here to the Magic Pan Bakeries. Gotta have flour to make them donuts. And Krispy Kremes, they don't run on air. They gotta have flour. So I tied those three industries together. Another example is the sawmill. You got the sawdust. So I can take the sawdust over to the paper mill, which is over here. Then That way they can make paper. So those two are tied together. I have a Coca-Cola facility, and I actually worked for Coca-Cola for 19 years. It was a great little career. I enjoyed it, learned a lot about the business. But then I took that and I decided I wanted to make a facility on my layout. So I did, and I put one together. I still have detail work left to do, but the majority of the main is already done. Hope I can see it. Okay, yeah. But the main is done. So that Coca-Cola industry, whenever they ship out their pallets of product, there is a blue facility right in the middle over there. That's a warehouse. That is a distribution center. It's an off-site warehouse. It is definitely something that Coca-Cola does. They don't necessarily build uh, all their warehouses with big Coca-Cola signs on them. I know, I've seen them. So they rent it and they just use it as a distribution center. It's literally what they do. So, like I said, tying the businesses together so that whenever I have operations, um, things are going to go certain places. Not everything is all tied together, but a majority of it is, and that makes it interesting. That makes it fun. Um, really enjoyed putting this together. I want to put signaling in. We get some signal lights over there for the grade crossings. I want to put one in over here. I want to put one in over here. I got another one back in the old part. I want to put one over there. So I want to do that. I also want to put in uh, the actual like mainline signaling. I prefer the targets with the target signals. What I really want to do, but we shall see. I know it's been difficult to find them actually. I kind of looked online, but I really haven't seen a whole lot. So I'm just kind of waiting for my opportunity to buy the ones that I'm with, so I can get them set up. And really, to be honest with you, really just for practice. Not done it before. Never put a signaling system in. Uh, it's been fully functional. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm sure I'll watch a lot of YouTube videos so I can figure out how to run all the wiring, put all the sensors in the right place. I tried to do a little of that with the club that I used to belong to, but we never really got to the point where it was uh, fully functional. We gave it a good attempt, though. We tried. We definitely tried. So I'm definitely looking forward to that process. It'll be fun. Let me take you over here to the original 4x8 section. First time I ever built one of those. That was interesting. So, like an example, I don't know if you can see, it might be kind of dark, but there's a bear family. They have a little mountain lion, and yeah, that's not gonna go well. You got the police, which are chasing down the bad guy. Old rusted car. This is the paper mill. And there's that off-site warehouse that I was talking about earlier. And there's the grain facility that I was mentioning. And just for fun, hang on there. I'm live. So this is some of my roster. These are the engines I have. Some of these are a little big for the actual layout that I came up with. But I know, hey, leave the light on. Thank you. Sorry about that. So these are the engines. I'll take these to different clubs around in the area every once in a while and fire them up. And sometimes I run them on that big section over there. But they won't run on this little 4x8. The curves are too sharp, too tight. Won't let the trucks run quite right. They'll derail. But this is what I got. I even got the little whistle signs right here. So before you get to the grade crossing, you know when to actually start firing up the whistle. Just kind of taking the time to go through and just look for detail parts, basically. Uh, just look up random stuff. Like, ooh, you know what? I want this on my layout. Go start looking. A lot of times it'll lead to other stuff. Excuse me. So this is part of the forest over here. Trying to keep the camera still. Apologize for that. Computer's a little heavy. One of these days I'll get my phone figured out and I'll just use my phone and I'll be able to keep it a lot more still and steady. I hope my voice is coming through. Can anybody hear me? Is the voice working okay? I should have asked earlier, I guess, while I went through all this. Got a little detail here. This business. Got the people and just some junk around there, just junking it up, making it look like it's been around a while and they just toss things around. That's the fun part. The creativity. Love the creativity. You get to really just kind of create a whole little world. That's awesome. Anyway, we'll get a nice little run by under the bridge here. There we go. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. I appreciate your time. This was actually a lot of fun. Uh, I'm sure I will do some more of these very soon. However, I have to go. I have to go get ready for work. I would much rather stay down here. This is a lot more fun than going to work, I can tell you that. So you all have a great day. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Like and subscribe if you like what you see. Bye.